It's a 7 out of 10. Hard to pick a number of the day when it's going to be so oppressive. We also have an air quality alert in effect for the day for folks who have trouble in heat and humidity and poor air quality. Bus Stop Buddy is drinking plenty of water on National Hydration Day, and he's got the sunscreen because he's poolside. And if you're swimming, you got to reapply that sunscreen every couple of hours. So the current temperature is 83 degrees.
Whoa!
It's 7 in the morning and it's 83 degrees. How crazy is that? So plan on 86 by 9 o'clock, 94 by noon, and 99 by 4 in the afternoon. It'll be about 89 down the shore, so 10 degrees cooler.
Now I'm going to have another
92 degrees
email.
Pocono Mountains. And we still have a very late sunset.
Let me know if you have it.
8:33 p.m.
Well,
let's check in traffic.
Exactly, because you think the Amtrak thing is done?
No, Amtrak has still not indicated that service has been restored on the Northeast Corridor line. And we've been reminding you that all trains between Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. have been suspended due to an equipment issue. Service was expected to start back up at 7, but for now, passengers are strongly advised to check departure times for cancellations or further delays. And then over in Bucks County, there's an accident slowing things down on I-95 heading in the southbound direction in Bensalem near the Street Road exit. Otherwise, no major problems throughout the rest of the area. And here's a look at the Ben Franklin Bridge, moving smoothly along there.
All right, we'll make a call to Amtrak.
Yeah, I wonder if you know anybody who's at 30th Street Station, tweet us. Let us know what it's looking like there.
Yeah.
People freaking out because it's such,
Who do we normally call on train stuff? I can't remember that guy's name. But it sounds like both directions? I mean, between here and D.C.?
We're saying it's suspended. Yeah, that's interesting that it would be both. But
gosh, can you imagine?
We'll look into it.
Okay, people are volunteering to check on me because, check on the elderly and your pets and children, babies. I'll be glad to check on you. I know as senior citizens don't get remembered in this seat. Stay safe and be well. See, Eileen.
Well, that's beautiful. But then who's going to check on Eileen? Because she said us senior citizens, so she needs someone
Well,
to check
I'll check on her if she checks on me.
You'll check on each other. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And based on now that we've had Greg's outfit reveal, we probably need to check on Greg.
Well, did you do a costume change? Mm-hmm. Can we send him to 30th Street Station and ask somebody? At least they're walking along the river. That guy's running.
But they are out here and they are dedicated. You can see right now live folks running.
In all black clothing.
Now over in Philadelphia, they actually have that heat health emergency in place, and that means there's going to be the cooling centers that are going to be activated. They are advising folks to make sure you utilize those. If you have an emergency, there's a heat hotline that you can call to make sure if you have any concerns.
Where are they?
To give them a buzz. But like I said, over here on the Jersey side and probably over in Philly, probably over along Kelly Drive, there's people that are just walking, trying to get those steps in early this morning because once again, they are trying to beat that heat. And let me tell you, don't underestimate that heat, folks, because it is intense.
Hey, I'm hot, man. I'm really here.
I heard it's going to be like 100 degrees. I'm probably just try to stay hydrated. I guess just probably that. Maybe just stay in the shade. Don't come out like in the middle of the day or like the mornings.
If I could burn a few inches, I'd be good to go, man. But it's a beautiful thing, man. This is my last lap, actually. How are you going to cope with the heat? Well, pretty much go home and
what is that noise?
Unless my wife wants to do something.
Maybe hear something playing.
My niece's pool in Centerville, or something like that.
Does he have a radio on?
Just take it easy, man. Dip in some water and eat a couple hot dogs and just relax for the rest of the day, man.
Yeah, you definitely got to take it easy. I mean, like I had mentioned to you, because of the heat health emergency,
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Schooling center.
You better close the door.
Yeah.
Don't let the air out, right? In those days.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
parents were like, shut the windows, close that door. You're letting the air out.
Just like leaving the refrigerator door open. Yeah. Okay. How many homes and businesses still without power because of Thursday night storm still? Pico, look at all those, over 5,000. Without power. PPL, down to 361 of you without power. Should we take a live look at Lincoln Financial Field? Man, was that something going on yesterday over the weekend. The FIFA Club World Cup is still underway. Juventus of Italy won 4-1 against Wydad of Morocco yesterday afternoon. But the match was temporarily paused when Wydad supporters lit up flares, causing smoke to billow from the stands. At one point, it looked like the link was on fire. So flares are banned from FIFA Club World Cup matches. Philadelphia police say they did arrest one person, a very young person, but it looks like the place is on fire. It's not. And I don't think they got arrested for the flare so much. Apparently some kid was kind of, at one point assaulted a police officer. Apparently nobody was hurt. And I guess this stuff goes on in other stadiums around the world.
I mean, there's a reaction. Just imagine when it's not the Club World Cup, it's the World Cup. And you know how intense it's going to be. And
how did that ever get started where you scream and hop up and down and dance around the entire match? Isn't that wild?
It is wild.
It's never quiet, which is fine. It's not like football. We sit on our hands and then something happens and then you sit back down.
Well, in football, things happen a little faster. It's a little more fast-paced.
Well,
there's more scoring.
True, but it's non-stop action in soccer.
That is true.
Like hockey. I mean, it's not fast. Well, they're running fast. But
Yeah.
Let's go to Montgomery County because it's some bad news.
The man accused of shooting and killing Temple University Police Sergeant Christopher Fitzgerald is set to go to trial today.
Yeah, Hank is on this story. God, why are we saying Montgomery County? He's down the street. God dang it.
Oh, did it say Montgomery County? Oh,
Montgomery
it did say
County?
That. Oh, fruit of the loom.
What?
Somebody didn't update the script? Or is the guy, was he captured in Montgomery County?
No, he lived in Bucks County.
Dom, can we take that out? Thanks.
I thought it was a different story.
I don't blame you.
6 times before Pepper allegedly came back to try to take the Fitzgeralds and serve his weapon unsuccessfully. Police say Pepper then turned his weapon toward a passing car, stopped that car, forced the driver out and carjacked it. Police say that he dumped that car 29th and Ridge before it allegedly happened. His mother picked him up a block away from there, drive him home to Buckingham in Bucks County. He was picked up at the family's Quarry Road farm up there. Police say they seized a number of firearms, including Mike Alex, one that was in a fire pit and had been burned off. Now, another reason for the delay, guys, as I mentioned from the outset, it could be the reason, it would have been the reason for the delay in October because this happened in November according to reports, and that is the Pepper was reportedly attacked in prison and stabbed multiple times. Again, that is last November. How much recovery from what level of different wounds or how many of them we don't quite know, but we should get some idea of some clarity. Today, when things come to order at court again, Miles Pepper has been accused of killing Temple police officer Christopher Fitzgerald, due in court to face murder charges today. My God.
All right. We will cover it as long as it takes.
And of course, we're thinking of Sergeant Fitzgerald's family. We've done so many interviews with them about what this has been like for them as well.
Yeah, I've gotten to know them pretty well. 10 after 7.
In Mercer County, Trenton police are mourning the loss of a beloved officer. Trenton officials say Officer Timothy Long died in a car crash on I-95 while off duty just before 6 yesterday morning. They say Long is a dedicated public servant, Marine Corps veteran, and beloved father and friend. New Jersey State Police are investigating. 7/10 certainly was quite an eventful weekend. Iran and Israel have been exchanging attacks overnight. But the real question now is how Iran will respond to U.S. airstrikes that happened.
Let's get to D.C. That's where Doug is on the story again today. Hi, Doug.
Played a critical role in that Iran attack. One by one, U.S. B-2 bombers touched down back at their home base in Missouri, following 30-hour-plus round-trip bombing runs at Iran that could forever change the Middle East.
Final battle damage will take some time.
Over the weekend, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff was cautiously optimistic about the impact of the 14 massive bunker-busting bombs that were dropped.
Bayesian?
I don't know.
Well, before and after,
Bayesian.
how deep the damage.
I don't know what a Bayesian is.
The biggest damage took place far below ground level. Bullseye.
Asian.
It's been very clear that we don't want a regime change.
The vice president and other administration officials said the U.S. is not seeking now to
Bayesian.
topple the Iranian government. But the president left the door open, posting, "It's not politically correct to use the term regime change, but if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change?" And on Capitol Hill, where support for the attack falls mostly along party lines, there will be questions this week over whether the president exceeded his authority, bypassing Congress for authorization.
America was lied into a war in 2002 against Iraq with a Republican administration giving us false information about Iraq's weapons program. I have grave concern that we're going down the same path.
And with growing concerns over possible Iranian reprisals, the U.S. State Department...
What did Mike Lynch invent?
...security caution for U.S. citizens overseas.
All right, Doug. We'll see you again tomorrow. You'll be on this story for a while. It is now 7:13.
Authorities salvaged the Bayesian super yacht which sank off the coast of Sicily last year. The wreckage will be hauled back to shore for further investigation.
Where is it? Is that it? I don't see
I
any.
think
I
it's
don't
like
see
in
any yacht.
between these two.
Oh, they're pulling it up.
angle.
That's a giant crane.
7 people died when it sank during a violent storm last August, and the victims included British tech entrepreneur Mike Lynch and his daughter. 15 others survived, including the captain and most crew members. Italian authorities have opened a criminal investigation.
Yeah, I remember when that went down. So I guess they're trying to get it off the bottom with a giant crane. Huh. Well, if you were a lion and you went into a grocery store, you know, like wild lion.
Right.
This is not obviously in the United States, I don't believe. You went into a grocery store, where would you go to shop? Like if you were over at the Acme and you're a wild lion, where would you go? What department would you go to first?
I guess I'd go to the meat section.
Boom!
If it was real.
So a lion raiding the meat section, there it is. He went right to the meat department. That's in South Africa. Millions of people have watched this. But guess what? It's not real. AI generated. The video was recently shared with the caption, "Wild lion storms into grocery store." Someone added, "It's Sunday buffet for Simba." It looks real, doesn't it? Gets a little blurry.
But it looks like surveillance video, so I
Yeah.
wouldn't think anything of it. The fact that it's kind of blurry.
AI generated.
But they're saying, though, that the creator of the video labeled it as AI generated. So,
Yeah.
folks, we got to pay more attention nowadays when you look at videos. Look
think-
for AI generated or...
Everybody was just so fascinated by it, and it made sense if a lion's going to go into a grocery
Oh,
store.
I was going to say, a
You
line
go
in
to
a
the meat
grocery store
department.
making sense, but yeah.
You're not going to go to the vegan section.
Maybe not, no.
All right. Well, the man who founded Federal Express, we know it as FedEx, Fred Smith has died. Fred was known for his role in revolutionizing the overnight delivery industry. Fred, a Marine Corps veteran, founded FedEx in the early 1970s. And throughout the years, the company bought a series of other businesses, the launch of its ground delivery service, and they went to the air. It helped FedEx expand its reach across the United States in the early 2000s. According to FedEx, he died of natural causes, but he's only 80. Fred Smith, 80 years old.
When do you think you'll get details about the funeral?
No, it's
sorry.
when will the funeral be?
Oh, sorry. When will the funeral be?
Positively overnight.
Sorry. I messed that one up.
I think that's okay. But without Fred Smith, one of my favorite movies, well, probably it wouldn't have the same theme. Castaway. Mm-hmm. He worked for FedEx, and the FedEx plane crashed. Right. I wonder what Fred thought about that movie. He eventually delivers that package, though, to that redheaded woman.
It seemed like it'd be a good plug, right?
Yeah. And then if we never would have had that scene where he goes and sees that his ex-wife is remarried to a dentist, and they cry, and oh, God.
But
And then she runs out, and they start kissing, and I think, they're going to drive off. But then she realizes, listen, I have 2 children inside that house that I have to raise, so they can't be together.
It was such a sad ending.
Oh, God, it makes me cry every time.
Also, Fred Smith, it's fascinating how he took the company's last $5,000. Did you hear about this?
No.
He took the company's last $5,000 and bet it all in Vegas because he needed more money to help with the loan. And he won. Thank gosh.
Wonder how much you won.
$27,000.
Oh, and that kept
on
him...
blackjack.
Kept him afloat.
Mm-hmm.
That was it was a very interesting. I still don't understand how FedEx works. You can get something overnight, almost anywhere in the world. And he said,
take it for granted now.
Yeah, he says, let's do this. Let's base it in one city. So if I want to send something over to Conshohocken, I think that package goes to Memphis and then comes back here. Well, maybe not that crazy, but.
So that example?
If I sent something to Manhattan, I think it flies to Memphis and then back to New York. That was his idea, and it worked.
It worked.
Here's Sue.
Wow. All right, let's give you a preview of coming attractions because it already started getting hot on Friday, but it wasn't too humid. So Friday was kind of okay, and then Saturday was hot and humid. Yesterday was, but it didn't make it to 90. Today, the next couple of nights, lows will be in the mid to upper 70s. It'll be not a lot of relief from the heat. Today, upper 90s, extreme heat warning, feels like 110 to 115. And tomorrow, Wednesday, even worse with the buildup of heat and humidity each and every day. Not too much more we can say about it, except take care of yourself. If you have a sprinkler, you can jump in and out of. That's fun for the kids. Just drink plenty of water, and of course, take care of those who need you to take care of them. But first, take care of yourselves. Take care of them. 99 degrees today, 101 tomorrow, 98 on Wednesday. Then we get a little bit of a break thanks to some thunderstorms on Thursday. Now, some could be strong and severe. Remember last Thursday, some people's power is still out. Friday, high of 80 degrees, and then it's a little more seasonable on Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the 80s both days. And the 10-day trend will show as we head into the month of July and, welcome America and all that. It'll be warm and humid, but not as bad as now.
Yeah. Wawa Welcome America has started, hasn't it?
Yes.
Started over the weekend.
We're deep in it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Deep. The Phillies and the Mets took to the field last night, national television for the first. Well, they were tied for first in the National League East. So obviously the winner of the game would take the lead in the division.
So Phillies batted around in the fourth. Boom! Thanks in part to at-bats like this and Mundo Sosa. And this left the bat at nearly 109 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
So Sosa with the 3-run shot. And that was more than enough runs for Jesus Luzardo.
Love him.
You do love him. He had 7 strikeouts. Phillies win it 7-1.
7-1. Oh, NBA Finals. Did you stay up and watch the end of that thing? Pacers at the Thunder. Pacers had a 1-point lead at the half, but they were barely hanging on after their star. Tyrese Halliburton injured his Achilles. The Thunder rolled then in the second half. So let's see, what was the final score? 103-91. Obviously, the first title for Oklahoma City. They've only had a franchise there for 17 years.
And of course, Halliburton. I mean,
Yeah, he
with that
went
big
down.
injury. Oh, it was painful to see that
Yeah.
in the first quarter.
You know, there's a weird thing going around. NBA stars who ripped their Achilles tendon
All this season.
all this season all had the same number.
Dom, I sent you an email with that.
Zeros.
Yeah, because you had Dame, right? Then you
Right.
had with the Celtics. Oh my gosh. Oh, you know what I'm talking about with the
Tatum?
Tatum, thank you, Tatum, and then now Halliburton.
Jeez.
All zeros.
All wore the number 0.
So
Wonder why they have 0.
look at that.
There they are. Well, I'm not wearing 0 anymore. All right, so the Florida Panthers, won the Stanley Cup.
Yes.
Again.
So they're celebrating, and that was the second year in a row too for them. So
Yes, yeah.
They held the championship parade. They got to show off the Stanley Cup to fans who were in the streets. Oh, look at that. That was in Fort Lauderdale. It wasn't that crowd. Listen, I guess, when you got a beach and other things, there's not that many people out there.
Well,
Think of like Philly and our Eagles parade or the Phillies parade compared to this.
I mean, how many hockey fans live in South Florida? I know Jason Martinez's wife is a big Panthers fan.
Okay.
So if
Maybe
she's
she was
watching,
there.
congratulations. Hockey teams in Florida. Cop or drop? We'll talk about these new invisible women sneakers coming from Nike. Or Nikes.
I'll be right back. I just want to get some tea.
All right.
Oh, Lord. We'll be back.
Doctor, can you just say your name and how to
Philadelphia Sports is presented by your local Tri-State Toyota dealers, proud sponsor of Fox 29 and Sports in Philadelphia.
Alright. Just sort of this range and then, I'll be back. Yeah.
Thank you.
So guess what? Or guess what? So Bob is going to my parents tomorrow.
He is?
He's going to my parents' house. I think last Friday.
He's set it all up?
Set it all up. My parents are like 90 out. They're gonna get cannolis. We're gonna get freaking bagels. My dad's like, oh, what should I get? I'm like, Dad, I was like, oh, just get a couple snacks or whatever. He's like, also, not a lot of people. Like, I don't know who's coming out. The kids. It's gonna be a bunch of old and tired people because, like, that's all this wants to come at 7:30 in the morning. So,
Well, what are the kids doing?
my kids will be
Not
there
they're
too.
little,
My kids will be there, but my daughter has to go to CCD, so she can be there for the 8 o'clock hit if they do it, and then she's gotta go. But it's gonna be hilarious. So I asked Tobe, I said, can I go? So I'm gonna come here earlier to do relief, and then I'm just gonna go, and then I can come back. And I was like, I'm gonna show up there. He said, well, not gonna pay you for sure. I'm like, I'm kidding. Of course, but yeah. So it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be great. I got a bunch
You need to
of
field produce.
Right, I'm
Yeah.
doing, I'm doing
You're a
vacation.
field producer.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah. It's 45, so yeah, it should be fine.
Worthy of being paid.
It's gonna be great. You kidding me? Like, they got bagels.
Oh, I
and
can't wait to see
Oh,
this.
it's gonna be hilarious.
I wish
My
I
dad-
could go.
My dad speaks broken English, and right now he's missing it too. He looks like a villager. It's gonna be
Oh
hilarious.
man, this is gonna be classic.
It'll be great. Alex, that count. 15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, quite appropriate song, huh? June, heat waves. 7:25. Well, Nike is bringing back an old style in celebration of the new Fantastic Four First Steps movie coming to theaters this summer. So they're called the Invisible Woman Air Force Ones. As you can see, they're white with kind of an icy, translucent blue color on the tongue and sole. And the shoe is completely translucent on the top of the shoe and the sides, so I guess you need to have your toes done. The design is a rework of the classic pair inspired by Sue Storm. You know Sue Storm, of course, who is the OG Invisible Woman. They come out this fall. I thought they might be more expensive than it's $130. That is expensive, but I thought it might be more than that. So you got to have your toes did.
This is like the Nike version of those Melissas that folks used to wear in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The problem is sometimes, you sweat, they fog up a little bit. And,
I would think, yeah.
yeah. So just be prepared for that.
Your face.
What?
I'd never wear that. I'm not a woman.
Well, yeah. So
Well,
there you go.
I'm becoming a woman, though.
Oh, stop it.
Did I tell you about my latest blood test?
How did it go?
Most men my age would have a testosterone level of 500 to 800.
Mm-hmm.
You know what mine is?
What is it?
12.
Well, you needed that in order for your treatment.
Yeah. So the Delaware Valley is under this heat health warning. Temperatures rising over 100 degrees. Sue, did you say it's going to feel like 115 maybe?
Possibly.
Holy
yeah.
moly.
No, it's incredible.
So Philadelphia's health commissioner is going to be joining us live in studio because they insisted on being in the air conditioning to do the interview. And we agreed. Okay, everybody. Name the health commissioner of Philadelphia, everybody. Come on. Come on. I know.
Do a vibrate.
Doctor, are you here? Who was our health commissioner?
In 2020? Or you mean one now?
Come
No,
on.
one now. I know who it is now. But who was it before? Was it a man who's a woman? No, she was our health commissioner.
But it wasn't a...
How?
Hello.
Hello, I don't know. Halleck Ravel Nelson.
Thank
Hello.
you.
Hi,
Nice-
Alex.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
Dr. Palak Ravel.
Doctor.
Nelson, right?
Yep, Dr. Halleck Ravel Nelson.
You want to give you
Is
your
that-
proper due?
Yes, thank you.
Are you Philadelphia born and raised?
I actually am from India. I was
Oh.
born in India. I came here when I was 8, lived in New Jersey, came to school in Philly to go to Temple University and fell in love with the city.
Oh, that's awesome.
Temple in the house.
Yep.
Temple maid.
Yep.
Temple.
And then got my additional degree from Drexel University.
1 minute.
How long have you been health commissioner?
I have been health commissioner actually today. I've been health commissioner for 6 months.
6 months.
But I've been with the health department for 29 years. I started out as a health inspector.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You mean you go to people's houses?
No, restaurants.
Restaurants.
The
mostly.
A and B
Yeah.
rating and that kind of?
Yeah, not, we don't
Oh.
do the grade
We don't.
grading,
It's
but
only in New
yeah.
York.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do we do here then?
We just
check
word of mouth.
and no, we post our inspection reports and
Where do you
make
post
sure.
them?
30
We
out
don't
on
do
our
ratings?
website.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
No.
Yep.
So how is someone supposed to know when they're walking by what the...
Well, they
have to
can
look
look
it up.
at the reports on our website, and they actually
We need to have
grades. Well, grades don't
15.
really indicate safety because you could have gotten a grade yesterday, but nobody's been back out for a while.
That's true.
And besides, they are.
5, 4, 3,
Is it?
2,
No, yeah.
1.
Slip some money to the guy. Well, I could use one of those. I could use one of those. Different ways to beat the heat. The founder of My Cooling Store, which is a really cool store, will join us with some products to help you keep cool. I like those things that go around your neck. You know what I'm saying?
Anything to keep us cool. We need all the things.
You know what somebody told me? That people sometimes put like a little fan in their freezer and then take it out and turn it on. That would only work for about 5 minutes, wouldn't it?
That'll be the best 5 minutes
Ever. And then you got to put it back in the...
But those mini fans do help.
So they think that makes cold air?
I guess. That's crazy.
Like that's true.
No, there's no way. Well, maybe.
Well, you know what? If it works for you,
Don't knock it till you
maybe
try it.
believe that it works. All right, so let's see what's happening in Atlantic
Our
City,
should be
New Jersey.
looking.
What
Should I look
a
towards you
beautiful
all?
start to the day.
Look towards us.
And to be
No,
by
just
the Atlantic
basically
Ocean
look at her.
is preferred for
She's
many of
kinda
us. We
good
would
looking.
love to all be down the shore, but we gotta do what we gotta do. And if you are in any of these areas that are highlighted in red, it's gonna
What
feel like
is
it's
a town in
105
India?
and 115
From
degrees
Gujarat,
today.
Ahmedabad,
This is the start
which is,
of
Gujarat
3
is the
days
state
of
that runs,
extreme heat, because that's how
South
long the
Asian.
warning
Oh,
was.
yeah.
Air quality alert for today as well.
It's still
If
Bombay.
you have an
Yeah, I call
opportunity
it
to be
It is
at
in
the
Bombay.
pool,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Bus
It'll
company
always
says,
be
come on
Bombay."
over.
Yeah.
He's got plenty of water. He's got plenty of sunscreen. Muggy the dog is out there, and he's probably going to jump in the pool too. It's going to be in the 90s, well into the 90s later on.
Say
We're
bye.
already starting
Oh,
out with
I guess
83
bye-bye.
degrees at 7:30 in the morning. That's pretty crazy.